Hello, everyone. Melvina Germain, week 35 poetry. Yeah, it's time to get going. Well, I'm welcoming you in now to join me in a cup of tea while I read my poetry. So happy to have you here. So, what am I going to read first? When Love Comes Softly is looking back at me. Oh, let's have a sip, shall we? Yeah, makes the throat feel better too. Just ordinary tea this week. When love comes softly. When love comes softly, and the rainbow cradles the open sea, I look to the sky and find your face staring down on me. When love comes softly, and the whisper of the willow trees flow, I feel your warmth in the evening wind touching me so. When love comes softly, while standing by the riverside, watching the eddies play and the seagulls glide, I think of you. When love comes softly, I picture you dressed in white satin lace, rosy cheeks, crimson lips, and a big smile on your face. When love comes softly, I give thanks for having you in my life. Now I must say goodbye to you, my sweet, sweet, precious wife. I wrote that, and I don't have a date, but I know it was around the time that my husband was passing away, and he had said so many nice things to me. And so I penned that little poem, thinking of him. I have one here. I didn't read this through before I came here. Just let me read it to you now anyway. Enemy, you do not know me. I don't allow weak individuals to faze me, those who toss daggers my way trying to break me. In any given day, I will not fall. I am a daughter of the Master of the universe, who has given of his most precious being, his Son who walked the earth as man, a guiding light so precious, so supreme. I must not crumble at the hands of jealousy, nor sink in tears due to a lack of compassion. Know that the road I trudged, my feet never lose traction. Confronted by overwhelming darkness, I must remain strong. After all, I am the daughter, born of his image, and I know I've been given strength from the King of Kings. For his praise I will always worship and sing. You may blast me with your cruel words, toss daggers that will not penetrate. You may curse the day I was born. Ah, yes, his strength serves me well, and that I celebrate. Death does sadden my days. Yes, the missing lingers within my soul. Still my strength will uphold. I will shine from the blessing God bestows upon me. Observe this soul. It is I you truly see. Tears may not find me, but that unconditional love will always be mine and shall bind me within his love. Save yourself the frustration and walk your way. Believe me, enemy, this is not your day. That was called Enemy, You Do Not Know Me. So true. Here's another one, little spiritual realm here again. There's a chariot waiting. There's a chariot waiting once you open earth's door. My darling, waiting to take you to God's heavenly shore. Heaven is open all day, all night, waiting for those who close their eyes to this earthly light. You see, there's a light far brighter on the other side, a light where no human shall abide. In this place we find our heavenly wings. In spirit we join God's angels. Glorious songs we'll sing. Don't cry a river of sadness or pain. Rejoice and celebrate over and over again. Dancing with the angels, in freedom you shall be. Waltzing on the clouds, on the way to Calvary. There's a chariot waiting. Now open that door. Shine on, my darling. Shine on forevermore. more. I hope you're enjoying these little poems today in week 35. Here's a tiny one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, slightly even 6 lines, just a number. If age was merely just a number, we would enjoy the cozy of a warm night of slumber. True. Another one. Let the feathers heed warning. Think of this one. You fall for the words and the actions you think you see, the mask wearers and smooth talk of the beasts in society. Oh, they'll take you under their wing and offer you many things, speak to you in confidence, hide them from the scene. Be careful, open-hearted one. This beast will swallow you whole, and before you know it, you will have lost all control. They're out there, and they're looking for targets, and quite often, the meek, mild, the generous, the kind ones, we can be the target. We are the target. Let's be real. A little bit of fun. Let's dance, shall we? Let's dance. Come on. Let's dance the dance of Latin love. Sing new songs of our sweetest dreams. Taste the rhythm of symphonic bliss and surrender all in nature's streams. Do you ever watch Latin men and women dance? It's absolutely beautiful, absolutely elegant. I just love watching them. And of course, there's Latin in my family, so I like that. My little granddaughter is part Spanish, and I'm learning how to speak Spanish now myself on a little game called Duolingo. I'm actually really enjoying it. So there. Colorblind. Here's an interesting little, it's not really a poem, but it's something that I wrote. And I was thinking back a long time ago. I remember sitting in a restaurant with a white gentleman, thinking nothing of it. The fact that he was white and I was black was no big deal to me. And I don't think it was a big deal to him either. But it was to others in the restaurant, and one particular man who couldn't stop staring at us. And I noticed that he kept looking at us, and I didn't say anything to the gentleman I was talking to, but later found out that he noticed as well, and he didn't say anything to me. However, this gentleman came over and said, I just have to ask you a question. And he said, how is it that you guys are getting along so well? I can't believe you guys are having so much fun together. And it was all to do because the guy I was talking to was white and I was black, and he just didn't think that we could possibly get along. So here's a little blurb of something I wrote. 2 blind men were very good friends for many years. One was a black man and one was a white man. They truly loved each other and met every day. These 2 men lived in a very small town, and one day a stranger to the town asked them how it was that a white man and a black man got along so well. Silence came over them as neither one realized the color difference. Well, there you go. We'll leave that as it is. I'm sure you get it. I love this man is the name of the next poem. It's difficult for many to understand when I say, oh my, I love this man. Our bodies will never come close. Our lips will never touch. Oh my, I love him so much. He is the memory that stays alive within my heart. A surreal presence I know we'll never part. I wrote that after 2 meetings with a gentleman that I met at an event. I was rather taken by him. It was a 2-day event. And I decided to go back the next day. I had only planned on 1 day, and he had only planned on 1 day. Well, after I met him, I went back the second day, hoping he would be there. And lo and behold, he was. He went back the second day also, hoping I would be there. And we met and we had chit chat and really enjoyed each other's company. And then it was explained to me that he was leaving to go back to Scotland the next day. So I would never see him again unless I went to Scotland and he came back. He had planned on coming back. It never happened. And he hasn't been back yet. So I doubt whether he'll be making back. We're both getting old now. We were in contact a lot, and we talked on the phone. Very difficult for me to understand with that accent of his. And I sent him gifts, he sent me gifts, back and forth. We went like that for quite some time. And that little poem were the words that filled the page there for a little bit. So there's a little story for you. Let's see. Here's one. This is my mom was sharing a story with me one night when she got off the bus and was walking a rather long way. And I thought about what she said to me, and I thought, I want to pen some words so I don't forget that happened to her. A close call, I named this poem. Blistering cold, chill to the bone. I took my fur collar and wrapped it around my neck, loosely, so I wouldn't perspire. Waiting patiently for the midnight bus, but nothing in sight. Oh, it's just too cold. I would be better off walking, I thought to myself. That's it. I'm going to walk. The moving will help me keep warm. I started up Eglinton Avenue toward McGowan, no one else on the street. I was all alone with very little traffic. I prayed and asked God to help me make it home safely. At that moment, I saw some figures in the distance and wondered who they might be. And as they got closer, my stomach was telling me I was in trouble. Then the inner thoughts told me to prepare myself. I knew I should have stayed home this evening, but I really didn't want to miss sewing class. For that reason, I had a scissors in my pocket. Now I was clenching onto tightly. I prayed for help. I knew there was going to be a confrontation. Sure enough, one of the 5 young men approached me and pushed me backward, slightly as if to toy with me. I yelled at them and pulled out the scissors, taking a stance that shocked them, all the while yelling as loud as I could. I told them I may not get them all, but I would surely take down one of them, and which one was it going to be? At that moment, the young man that pushed me stepped back, and another one said, "Hey, leave her alone. Let's get out of here." And they walked on as if nothing happened. I was certainly afraid. Couldn't believe I acted the way I did. Well, then I realized God was once again in the midst of it all. It is said, life is tough, but with God we become very strong and do and say things we might not normally say. So life is tough, but sometimes we can draw that strength from God and we become tougher. There you go. That's what happened to my mother on a winter's night. She was going to take the bus. She hadn't taken the bus yet. And she decided to walk because the bus was taken far too long. It's another spiritual one I want to read. This will be the last poem of this segment of week 35. Thank you very much for coming by. I appreciate it. Be covered by the love of God. Listen to your inner voice. This is very important. And I've learned this, unfortunately, later in life. Listen to your inner voice. And now I do. I listen. And I do, as it says. And I've been very, very successful with that, let me tell you. Mentally stay in touch with your spiritual side. Realize when it is guiding you, trying to keep you safe, to tear you away from that bad situation at any given time, no matter where the place. Learn to listen to self, never placing it on that invisible shelf. Yes, that inner voice we've all been gifted with is a treasure through and through, and a natural heavenly gift. Years ago, when I was involved with door-to-door work, I tried to inspire my staff to listen to what was going on within them. For example, if they were about to knock on a door and something inside said no, you must immediately walk away. Don't second guess or think it is not so. When darkness is upon you, your inner spirit will never fail you. You become uneasy, stomach churning, heart beating faster. The presence of anxiety unfolds. Flashes of darkness appear, and that cold, cold feeling of fear is certainly there. Listen and move quickly away from that person or place immediately. When you have the distinct feeling of being followed, realize it's true. No one knows better than you. Never second guess it. Don't pound it to the ground. Know that this is your saving grace, and truly, truth is surely found. Your inner voice is speaking, and if you listen, you'll hear it loud and clear. Listen and act. This is all you need to do. That spiritual voice within is incessantly guiding you. Ladies, your intuition is there for a reason. It's there every moment, every day, every season. It's real. It works and it's yours. All you have to do is pay attention as it abounds. Gentlemen, though you may be one to disregard it, thinking this is not for you, don't make a mistake when the time comes and allow darkness to follow through. Let our God of love penetrate you. Accept well his heavenly gifts. As Jesus walks the valley, we'll all surely uplift. His magnificence is astounding, his spirit ever bounding. He's miraculous in everything, and his voice hangs long on angels' wings. He's surreal in awesome power, and all darkness he'll ultimately devour. Praise his name forever and ever, hour after infinite hour. Now these are the words I give to you. Do with them as you wish to do. Know my heart gives of them freely, and I'm asking God to cover you dearly. Well, thank you for listening to that. Blessings to you, everyone. I think that was a nice little segment today. I hope you enjoyed it and that you will continue to sip on that cup of tea. So glad that you came to join me today. God bless you all now. Bye for now.